Alright, just checking the stream settings. These things change all the time. Let me know if everything's okay in the chat. Let me know. Alright. It seems like everything's okay. For the first time in quite some time. Let me know in the chat if you can see me and if you can hear me. I can't believe after all this time, things have changed. Quite scary how everything is completely different on OBS and on the YouTube stream. Why can't they just stick to something and go with it? But I suppose it's all these updates and all that other jazz. But welcome. Welcome to my humble abode, Papa G's house. If you can, hit a subscribe while everybody's trickling in. I can see you guys. Hit a subscribe to Papa G's house. Contact me at papaghouse@gmail.com. Follow all the socials at Papa G's house. A little like goes a long way. A little like goes a long way. Come on. But welcome to the show. It seems like everything's fine. I'm just waiting for someone to hit me up in the just hit me up in the comments to tell me that all is well, because you never know these days. And I got all this gear, and last time we had some major issues. So here's hoping today is gonna go smoothly. But it's good to see you all. And without further ado, let's get this party started. I don't want to go anywhere else. I want to go to Papa Jesus. Yeah, that's where we're going. Back in your lives, in your ears, and in your face. Welcome to another episode of Papa G's house. It's good to be back. It's good to be regular. You know what I'm saying, people? You know that regular? It's like a regular bowel movement. It's always good to be regular and consistent, but that's not always the case with me. So what can you do? Welcome to another episode of Papa G's house, episode 70, if you can believe that. I moved the show out to 7 o'clock this evening because the last show that I did was an absolute barn burner, in the sense that this studio was an absolute sauna. So it's a little bit of a cooler day here in Cape Town, in sunny Cape Town in South Africa, on this Thursday, 4th of February, 2021. It's good to have you all here. It's good to be chopping it up with you guys. It's an exciting episode today. I've got some cool dudes in the mix in Monstroid. Wayne and Andrew of Monstroid. They have recently released a brand new album in the form of Set 2 Burnt Sky, following their first album, Set 1, back in 2017. It's good to see that our talented South African musos are taking the time to put hard work in and release some cool material. Speaking of which, I could not be prouder to be part of this beautiful music scene that we have here in South Africa, because Summerfest 21, baby. Summerfest 21 was obviously we used to staying at home. We used to being locked down and all that kind of stuff, and that could not have come at a better time for me specifically. your boys had it rough, a little bit rough, but not rough enough to, cause any concern. But it's been rough. And I was just so happy to see, I didn't get involved in the Discord. I was a little bit gun shy. I involved myself a bit in the Twitch chat, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So well done to all the artists and all the bands involved. It was just I also loved the narrative that some of the bands took in creating their set, with a documentary style ending in a bang with a live produced song. And yeah, everybody just completely blew my mind. I think we'll get to that a bit later. Or should I get to it? No. We'll get to it a bit later. I don't want to keep my guests waiting too long. But yeah, it was such a great experience to see a lot of people communicating. I mean, I saw screenshots of everybody in their little chat rooms on Discord and stuff like that. Although I wasn't involved, I was overseeing everything just to see, how everybody was having a good time, and didn't seem like there was a bad time in the house. It seemed that everybody had a great time. All aspects of it were just successful. I mean, the whole podcast format, I'm a sucker for two guys split screen having a good old chop, So I quite thoroughly enjoyed Nathan and Pat chopping it up in the beginning, Nate wanting to move on with the show, but then Pat wanting to explain things more. I just thought it was such a great dynamic, and one of the coolest things I think they've ever done. So I think that's they should keep on doing it. They should find a way to incorporate it, even when live shows are back, or make it an alternative thing, or make it 4 shows a year, 2 online, 2 live. I don't know. I'm gonna get Patrick Davidson on here very soon, just to chop it up and talk some shit and see if we can make that happen. But yeah, I mean, my last 2 weeks has just been dealing with contract. When you tell something to do A and they do B, even though you told them to do A, that's kind of like what I've been dealing with in the last couple of weeks. It's driving me insane. It's taking me to the dark side. It's making me want to partake in the dark arts, as Theo Von would say. But it's just been something like, it's killing me. It's killing me, but it is soon to be done. I don't know I did mention to you all that I've done some alterations to the house and all that kind of jazz, but it has been an uphill battle to say the least. So I'm glad that it's almost over. My fun time is soon to come. But all that is in the past now, and I can woosah my brain because it's been driving me cotton picking insane. I'm trying not to bring the anger out so hard. It's within me big time. But yeah, woosah, motherfucker. That's been my motto. Just count to 10 and breathe. But yeah. So anyway, I've been rambling for 10 minutes. Everybody says the audio and the video is cool. I have some super cool guests in the house, who are going to be rocking and rolling, and we're going to be chopping it up with them. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. I do see that they're in the chat. We're in it. Let's actually before we get to that, let's say hello to you fine people. That's one thing that I also need to talk about. When I go live, I just ramble. And I have notes of what I want to talk about, but then I just go off track. So I don't know what the hell, I never get my point across. But the one thing I always wanted to say is that I need to interact with you guys in the chat. I need you guys to hit me with things to look at. Actually, after this interview this evening, I'm going to stick around with you guys and send stuff for me to look at. papaghouse@gmail.com, or you can just get it for me to there we go. Yeah, so it's just for yeah, just hold on a sec. Just hold on a sec. Let me unmute myself for these guys. They're having a full on conversation. Yeah. Hey guys, how's it? I see you. You will be all right. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce the two men from Monstroid, Wayne and Andrew. So what is up, gentlemen? How are you doing on this fine evening? I just heard you guys going, "Hey, bro, did you connect, bro? When did you come on?" Yeah, no, it wasn't letting me in. So I just thought we would get straight to it. How's it, Andrew on the left and Wayne on the right? What's happening, champs?
Oh,
How's
so
it, bro?
good.
We're very good.
Excellent, excellent, man. It's been a long time since I've done a double interview, but it's good to see you dudes. First of all, it's been a long 10 months, 11 months. How, Andrew, we'll start with you. How has these last 10, 11 months been for you with the whole pandemic and all that kind of stuff? It sounds like it's been a bandemic, but tell me about it.
It's yeah. I mean, from the band point of view, we were kind of like mid-production when we got locked down. So it was kind of new ways of working there. But luckily, we had got most of the recording and all like the live stuff and all the recording studio done by like late December. But yeah, work-wise, it's been a re-education of pretty much our whole lives. So my wife and I are like working from home now full time. It's been crazy and good. Get a little claustrophobic every now and then, but other than that, it's working out.
Nice one. And the same goes for you, Wayne. You've been managing, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm quite a homely guy. I like to be at home, so I don't really struggle as much as Andrew does in that department. But yeah, it's been nice to be at home with the family. But yeah, it's been just a lot of pressure with work and stuff.
Sure.
It's been a bit quiet, but yeah, like we're still surviving and carrying on, and yeah, we've got a lot to be thankful for and grateful for.
100%. Oh, geez, I couldn't have said that better, man. But guys, the reason you guys are here today is because you've released yet another. I mean, you know what? Actually, it's been 2017 was set one. Can you believe that? That was quite some time ago.
Yeah, it feels like the other day, but it actually was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and you followed up with Set 2 Burnt Sky that came out, I think it was the 22nd of January.
Yeah.
Dudes, congratulations, well done. I had a good spin of it today. It takes you on a little bit of a journey, some old school Mercs and some Sony CD players and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that. So let's start here. 2017, you released Set 1. Then a couple of years go by, you do some gigging, you do your touring cycle, you get out there. Then what happens? Who sparks the idea, and when did the idea spark to go, hey, listen, let's not only do a sophomore album, but let's follow up with Set 2 Burnt Sky. How did that come about? Sorry, that sounded very different. The first one.
And Andrew, maybe we should have turns. You go first, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, no, that's cool. I think a lot of I mean, like Wayne is our powerhouse like song man, and when we play together, when we gig together, but when we practice together, a lot of the structures and what have you, Wayne's worked out, and that's kind of how we played since day one. And it's been really, really awesome. And I mean, obviously now with Stephen and Larry and myself, we've been contributing a hell of a lot more. But at the crux of it is Wayne's amazing song structure and songwriting.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs that are on Burnt Sky actually were older songs that he'd written. And, we'd worked on some songs that we'd initially recorded for the first album also that weren't ready, which we never released. So being able to craft this album to like another level. And it took longer because I think we realized that we had a good collection of songs, and we wanted to make them the best that we could.
Okay,
Wayne?
nice one. Yeah, hit me, Wayne. What was your experience?
Yeah, I just want to apologize for my salmon shirt. I hope you guys can still take me seriously, but I'll give it a bash.
You're looking dashing tonight, my man. It's good. And then I see that photo that I had on my thumbnails right behind you on the wall. And also knowing you going back some time, dude, it's nice to see you thriving, doing the music vibe and giving it your all. But going back to the question, how did it all spark for you?
Well, in terms of this new album.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, look, we had basically finished the first album, and I'd written quite a lot of the material already. We were quite far. In fact, I think if I was to just make a guess, I would say 70% of the album was already written by the time we released the first album.
Okay.
So like it was sitting in a good place. It's nice to not be under any pressure like that. 100%. And like I love sitting and riffing, and all these songs start with riffs. So so I record all of them, and I just bank them, and then these song ideas just come to me, and then it's quite ridiculous how what I do. So I just grab my phone when I hear the melody, and I'll just hum the melody into the phone, and then run home.
That's the way a lot of people do it. Do it. I mean, it's just the way.
And then I get that melody, and then I know what riffs will work well with it, and that's how you put the meat on the bone,
100%.
So, but as Andrew said, it was very nice. I've really enjoyed this last album because I'm not a control freak. It was just, I think in the beginning, that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with doing that. I love it. But what I really enjoy was the contributions from everyone else, because then you hear different ideas, and I really enjoy that. It's not like I want to write the song myself, but I think the first album mostly ended up like that way. So I must say, I think I really enjoyed the second album from a creativity perspective more, because of the contributions that everyone made. I really enjoyed that. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Another thing is, the more you do it, the more comfortable you become doing it, and then it just becomes something that you do,
That's right, yeah. So I think everyone got into a rhythm of contributing, and I love that. Like, nothing makes me happier to hear different perspectives and ideas from really talented musicians, and that's when my tail starts to wag, because then I get more ideas, and it just they thrive off, and that's when the magic happens. So I really enjoyed this album. This was a fantastic ride. This album, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's pretty much how it happened. It happened very naturally, and it wasn't an effort to create the songs. There was no effort in that at all, actually. The songs really just came to life very, very naturally. But the tough part is the work you have to put in, like you got to practice, you got to get together, you got to get tighter, and because we only do live recordings. We don't go and do session stuff in the studios, like isolated stuff. We like to do live recordings, so we needed to practice a lot. And that's the tough part, is the getting together, practicing, and then of course, well, that's not even the toughest part. The toughest part is then
nailing it on the day.
Well, the day is awesome. Like, we love it. It's a lot of fun. You go in there, like, there's nothing, you can't look forward to anything more than a day in the studio. So you go in there and you give it horns, and you record it literally in one day. You do all the instruments in one day. but that's when the work starts. You know, it's the editing and the back and forth.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that process. But towards the end, it started taking. You know, you want to complete it. You know.
Yeah. So tell
So
me.
you're starting to get a bit impatient. You know.
Yeah, so no, I completely understand, dude.
Yeah.
That is something that whew,
I'm
I know
sure
you
any
do.
band can
Yeah,
vouch for you.
100%. But who came up with the idea to say, hey, listen, let's do live recordings. Let's do this a little bit differently. Let's get into a room and get the best, capture of, because I know a lot of the bands did that back in the day. Is that kind of like an ode to what bands did previously, like back in the day?
I actually cannot remember that, how that idea came to life. Andrew, maybe you can.
But it's you do, man. So we decided when we started playing that we wanted to capture that feeling of playing live. Because I mean, the initial idea to record the album was not for any like sort of commercial success or what have you. It was for us to have something that we could keep and be proud of. It was the set one. That was the idea. We wanted to have something that we could put down and call an album, and whatever happened. And it just so happens that we like playing together even more. And when you're playing with your buddies in the recording studio or in the practice room, if it's a Kill City, there's a vibe. You can cut the atmosphere. You've got that feeling with your mates. There's nothing quite like playing with your buddies in a band and when you're making good music. So we found the studio in Cape Town that could produce the most amazing live sound, which is that Digital Forest studio with Andrew, Corbin, and Constantia. It's also the most amazing venue. I mean, you're on the vineyards there, and you're in the recording studio at the same time with this killer view. Great bunch of guys. But the main thing was that studio it's separated by glass in a whole lot of different rooms. So we can get a really, really amazing live sound there. And their drum sounds are the same too. But we felt, I mean, when we recorded the first album, we didn't record to click either.
Yeah.
And
wow. Okay, that's a different kettle of fish altogether. Eh? If you didn't record to click, there's lots of things that you can't do post, and
correct.
It does limit you to a certain extent. Look, not completely, I don't believe, but it definitely opens up a lot for you if you use a click.
100%, absolutely.
We use the click now with our new drummer Stephen, because he's very used to playing. He's a bit more of a progressive drummer than Owen was in terms of their style. So, with Owen we were playing without a click track, and with these guys, and it suited the vibe. And with Stephen, we're playing with a click track, and yeah, you're right. It did give us some extras to be able to edit in post, but essentially what you hear there is it's a take, and we were practiced enough because that's our whole vibe. We wanted to sound as close to the live show as the recorded show.
Yeah,
there's nothing
absolutely
quite as irritating as going to like a Coke Fest or like a Rocky or whatever, and you wanted to watch this band your whole life,
and you hear a dog show.
Terrible. I mean, flip, man. So that was one of our, Wayne and I used to talk about that all the time. Like we've got to sound exactly how we sound. Like that's the whole goal.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of edits in the album. I mean, comparatively, I suppose. But geez, yeah.
And then you get so surprised on what you can achieve, because the album's damn good. I mean, you don't listen for, as a listener, you are not listening for artifacts. You're not listening for fret scrapes or string scrapes. You're not searching for, I mean, drums, you can't really get away with it as well as you can for a guitar or a bass or something. Like you can hear if a drum's out, but you guys pulled off a fantastic. I mean, I love the idea that you guys are doing it live recording, because it gives after having that first discussion with Wayne, dude, when did I speak to you? I think it was about March, April last year, right?
Yeah, it was near the beginning of lockdown. That's right.
Yeah, it was the beginning of lockdown. It was the first, that's why I remembered so clearly, is that I was just introducing myself to doing this whole live interview kind of thing, you know, taking the risk. I can't believe in 2 years, well, in a year of doing live episodes, that I haven't actually said anything so fucking stupid that I've been cancelled or something, you know? But yeah. So, you know, it gives you, I didn't even know where I was going with that, but it gives you like that. Oh, that's what I was saying, is that when I was listening to set 2 today, or what do you prefer, set 2 Burn Sky or the entire, because we'll get to, you know, we'll get to that, is that
You
I
can
actually
call it whatever you want, buddy, as long as you call it.
Okay, as long as you listen to it as well. But I was having a good listen today, and I was thinking, shit, this is a live recording, you know.
Yeah.
And it gives you that much more appreciation, at least from my point of view, that shit, this is live, and these guys are recording this and then adding their bells and whistles thereafter. I think it was brilliant, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, like there seems to be quite a desire from the kind of bands in this genre to want to do a live recording, because there is something that's rough around the edges about this desert rock, stoner rock type of music. You know, it's got a lot of groove. It's quite loose, and I think it suits the, you know, if you're in a progressive band or a, you know, other kinds of bands, it doesn't really always work out so well. I don't think, you know. I think in this genre it can be messy, a little bit messier. But look, you know, that's how our first album was. I think this last album we really, because we were playing to click, and because we had put so much effort into the songs, and we believed that the album was so much better, there was a hell of a lot. And I think we had also matured as musicians. We had all these ideas for percussion and all these extra things. I mean, there's some piano and there's some keys in one in the second track of the song, which sounds, I mean, you don't expect that in you know, in desert rock. And you know, lots of cowbells and vibra slaps and all sorts of stuff. You know, that's and we put a lot of work into that. The harmonizing, the vocals, as far as I'm concerned, is a huge step up from the first album. So we really put a lot of work into all that stuff.
Yeah, there was actually a song in that really grabbed me. Sherbet, I'm actually, just give me a second quickly, because there was a song that really grabbed me in terms of the vocals and the harmonizing. I'm just going to go to my history quickly, because that
I'll
was
be interested to know which one you're talking about.
I'm gonna get it for you right now. It is called Shadow Beast.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah, Andrew does quite a lot of singing on that song in the chorus.
Yeah, dude, and it was very good. I was like, wow, that's some really cool. You know, it's really complimentary to the main vocal. You know, because I did notice with this particular album, you did a lot of back and forth vocals. You know, you'll do and then you'll do a panned vocal coming from the other side. And I did notice the progression in that regard. But I mean, listen, what you were saying in terms of, you know, we got better and we think it's a better album, rather say it's a progression, and you can tell how far we've progressed. You know, I wouldn't, you know, it's an evolution of Monstroid, as opposed to Monstroid getting better.
Definitely better put that way, because I love the first album. I think it's a great album, but I think there was definitely a progression, and I think you've summed it up nicely that way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I mean, and yeah, go for it, Andrew.
That track, Shadow Beast, is actually, I mean, I think it's our newest track out of all of them. And yeah, I mean, Stephen knocked it out the park. Larry just came there with this bass line that fed off of Wayne's riffs. I mean, we wrote that song as a jam in Pure City Blues. I mean, that's how we started jamming it. And I mean,
for sure,
it just progressed further and further. Like, in fact, when we were doing the record, we did the vocals separately, obviously, because playing live and getting everything 100% correct live.
Yeah.
And it's a little hectic, but my brother was out, so he's on that track as well at the very end.
Matthew
So
Pullen, old bass player for Red Huxley, I think, and another one.
Yeah. So he was out from the States, and he sang on that one, and then George from Taxi Violence was the keys in the second track.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Take Me. That's where we did the vocals and some of the other stuff with George.
I'm yet to have George on the show.
Take Me. Hey?
I said I'm yet to have George on the show. It's been a long time coming. I definitely, I've practiced at his establishment enough times that he deserves to chop it up, man, and have a good old chat with Papa G, man. I can't, we've chatted about it 1,000 times, but we haven't quite got to it yet. But yeah, sorry, man, just something completely on the side. Carry on what you're saying. So you had George on the keys.
Yeah, and I mean, we were able to, when we were doing the cherry on top, the little sprinkles, if you will, the little extra craft. It was an opportunity for everyone to get involved. So Stephen took some time away from the drum kit and grabbed the shaker, and Wayne was getting in some vibra slap action too there. It was lovely. It was such an incredible collaborative session, or collaborative piece that we put together.
Amazing.
And it was just really a testament to making something with people in Cape Town. It's been lovely. It really has been a fantastic experience.
Sure, that's amazing, dude. So Wayne, why don't you tell me, from your side, the recording experience. It's from Andrew's point of view. Obviously, it was a huge collaborative. You did mention that earlier, that it's a collaborative whole event. But as the person who comes up with the riffs and all that kind of stuff, I mean, you obviously are the one that will be like, okay, well, I don't quite think that should be there or fit right here. How did it go for you?
Yeah, look, I put a lot more into this album with in terms of the getting involved in the engineering side.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of tweaking. I was back and forth with the guys. I went all the way with it. Because we had played to click and we had done a lot more on the album. It wasn't just the sort of grassroots the main guitars and drums and stuff. We had put a lot of other instruments. We had also gone back a second time and did a little bit of guitar layering. So I just went, I literally picked apart everything. And so that I put a lot of work into that. I probably went back with 8 complete edits, 8 to 10 complete edits of all the songs.
Sure.
So yeah, I think in the end I stopped asking the guys because it was just too much, and I just did the last changes, and then I literally did every single thing I wanted to do. Like there's not one little thing that I've left, not one stone unturned. So
okay,
yeah, there's obviously I'm very satisfied with it, with the finished product. After putting, it's like going, I'm a fisherman, so let me put it like this, an analogy. It's like going fishing the whole day, okay, to a place where you should catch a lot of fish, and right before you're about to pack up, you catch one fish, and I tell you what, you appreciate that fish because you worked for it, and that's how I felt about the album. We all put a lot of work in, but I mean, you asked me personally, so I'm speaking personally.
Yeah, sure.
Personally, I felt I put a lot of that work in, and that's why it was just so rewarding, at the end. So I'm just so stoked with the album. I really am. As I said earlier, the first album I'm just as proud of because it sounds so awesome, and it was it was done so quickly compared to this.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different process, you know.
100%.
It was there was not much, back and forth there. It was we went in, we smashed it, a little bit of editing, and that was it. So and that's why I wouldn't change anything with that album. You know, I love
buyer's
it the way
remorse.
No buyer's remorse on that album whatsoever. Well, not that there are many blemishes, but there's a couple of things there that to me are just a character in the music. But with this album, it was a different process because, as I say, I believe we've all matured as musicians. I wanted to take it to personally, I wanted to take it to the next level with the production. So, and that's what I did, and I'm really stoked, and I really enjoyed the process. And I'll tell you what, Andrew from Digital Forest, I mean, I can't praise the guy enough. I can't sing his praises enough. He's the best oak to work with. He really is a champ. He's got all the patience in the world. Towards the end, I said to him, "Listen, China, I need to just apologize because I feel like I'm." and you know what he said to me? He said, "Listen, bro, if you think this is bad, trust me. This is nothing, because he deals with some big artists that." And they're serious about that stuff. So I thought I was bad, but I didn't realize that I'm actually not so bad. Yeah, but anyway, he's just a really great guy. And I'll tell you what, we just love going there. It's like such a treat, to look. We really look forward to going in there and spending time in that studio because everything works. It's comfortable. Everything. He's got world-class equipment in there, and the sound that you get out of that. I mean, Andrew mentioned the drums earlier. Man, I'll tell you what, the drums kit that he's got there and the setup that he's got and obviously how he marks it up, the sound is just, wow, it's just amazing. So I mean
I've never heard of this guy. I mean, so just give me a rundown of the recording studio.
Sorry, say again?
Just a rundown of the recording studio, because I mean I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, go for it, Andrew.
It's on a piece of land next to Groot Constantia in Constantia, like a little forest on an old basically like a cottage, and they converted it into a sound studio called Digital Forest, and it's run by two brothers, Andrew and Jeremy Wilbon-Flynn, who I knew from just Cape Town and school and what have you. And when Wayne approached me and we started chatting about just getting the first recording down, I was like, well, let's get hold of these guys. I'd heard some really great stuff, and we went there and we the place could accommodate us doing a live recording. And then when you start seeing all the equipment and all the different artists that they've worked with over the years, and it just kind of it's kind of like a little magical place.
Nice, man. Amazing. I'll dig to go check it out for sure. Then, guys, Fall in Line. You released a video for it. It's basically beautiful Cape Town, captured in beautiful ways. You guys traveling around in I don't know if it was an old 80s or early 90s Merc, with an old CD front loader, Sony CD player, driving around the coast, and then performing in a warehouse. Tell me how that was. That looked like a hell of a lot of fun to shoot, and it was released on the 18th of December. What was the thinking behind that? It was a joy to watch.
Yeah, thanks. Glad you enjoyed it. Just the brainchild of the image engineer. That's his handle on YouTube and Instagram. But Fred Van Leeuwen, he's done quite a few other music videos before.
The image engineer.
Yeah.
I think he shot us in Joburg.
He might.
Yeah, in Joburg.
Actually, based in Joburg. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. He shot Atlantic South at the Attila show. Some of the best pics we've ever got from ourselves. I mean of ourselves. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, so I do know of his work.
He shot the Iron Maiden stuff and other. I think he did a Black Cat Bones music video.
Okay,
anyway, we know him. he's very good friends with Wayne's and my friend Stian, who are in the side project.
Stian Maritz, Battle City.
Yes, yes. And, but we also know him
Check
through
the little
there.
smirk there. Yeah, there we go, baby.
And yeah, Fred's just an amazing dude. And he said he's got this equipment and he's got an idea. And you guys keen to shoot a video, and I sent him the Fall in Line track, and he was like, "That's perfect. Where can you get the guys?" And I mean, like we're all working and don't have a lot of budget and what have you, so we hustled out of that. And the car it's my car, my that I still drive, that same green Merc.
Oh wow, awesome.
Basically, Fred came up with this idea of just the whole concept of bringing desert rock to Cape Town or to the Western Cape or to South Africa. We've got the deserts. We're basically Africa's California. Like let's push the seed and do that. So
we are basically the Africa's California. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, that's why they come shoot.
Wow. I've never thought about it that way. Holy
You
crap.
need to put those lyrics in a song, man.
Cape Town is South Africa, or the Africa's California. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I've never looked at that, but sorry.
Big claim. Big claim.
That's a claim. One, having not gone to California before. I know you have. You went to Joshua Tree with the boys.
And also Matt lives out there, so we went to go visit him too. And I mean, like, it's a really big Western Cape. It really is.
Amazing. I love it. Dudes, carry on what you're saying. I mean, because that entire video was start to finish, it was just like nostalgic.
Yeah, well, like I said, like Fred brought the equipment and he brought the know-how and the knowledge, and all we had to really do was just bring our lard asses there and perform.
Well, nothing wrong with that. I mean, you did a great job, must say. I love,
especially Wayne. I think he looked really cool on camera.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of which, is the artwork of Monstroid Burnt Sky.
Sure.
First of all, it reminds me of something. It reminds me of a certain Tenacious D. Remember when the devil guy comes and he plays the drums? I think it was played by Dave Grohl in the Tenacious D movie.
Correct. Yeah. It was not inspiration at all, but
but I'm I'm just saying. And then also Wayne, bro, you look like everybody's bodyguard, bro.
That's actual size.
Yeah, no, that's to scale.
And no one realizes that I'm actually half the size of everyone in real life.
Yeah, dude. So first, okay. Moving from Fallen On, we'll get back to it. Just on that artwork, I thought the artwork is amazing. That you guys are basically facing a mountain that is expelling a demon of sorts, and you're ready to take him on with your Gibson V and 2 bass and some drumsticks.
Oh, the drums of thunder,
yeah.
Yeah, I think it captures a lot of nostalgia for and a lot of our interests. We're big fans of like sci-fi and fantasy stuff. Lord of the Rings, but also like 80s stuff particularly.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the Shadow Beast, we use the Conan movie. That's my favorite movie, Conan the Destroyer.
Okay.
So I love the artwork because it's, and I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan. So
He-Man.
I mean, it just bro.
Masters of the Universe.
So it just it's really it captures our imaginations and our interests and passions in the artwork.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, dude. Speaking of He-Man, actually, I think I told you the story the last time, Wayne, is when I was a kid living in Durban, I got a He-Man action figurine for Christmas, along with the bad guy. I can't remember who it was. And
Skeletor.
There we go, Skeletor. And then I was playing in the sand with him, and then I lost He-Man in the sand, and I cried for weeks. And I still, and that's another thing is, Funko Pops and all that kind of shit's coming back. Well, like those kinds of things are coming back. I had so many figurines that are just now into the ether. Oh, what do we look? Oh my word, dude! Holy shit, that's insane. So how many
I
do you
think you
think
need
you
to.
have in total?
I have them all, bro.
Oh wow, that's insane.
I think you need to come visit me. We can
I
play,
think
but we'll stay
oh,
away from this.
absolutely.
We'll stay away from the sandpit. Bro.
Yeah, for sure. Give me drums because I don't want to play guitar with you. You put me to shame now.
No ways, China. No ways.
Yeah, dude. So tell me, so the Fall in Line shoot was amazing. I mean, it looked like you guys had such a jaw. Oh, look at old Skeletorny.
Yeah.
So Andrew, you're a huge fan as well, man.
Yeah, I mean, all of the stuff from the like original Ghostbusters, where we get to like Brave Star and He-Man.
Wow,
And
Brave
Transformers.
Star, dude.
You know what?
Jeez.
They all started as toys, and they made the TV shows and what have you. To
You can
sell
tell we're
the
all early 80s babies, eh?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, for sure.
The name. I mean, we didn't know this when we were naming the band, but it's actually a He-Man toy.
What?
Like
You
quite an
serious?
obscure one. Yeah. So
Wow.
I mean, you know, like you know, we obviously had that subconsciously, and I mean, even though it wasn't a whole thing at all, the naming of the band, I'm sorry, I'm joking about that. Of course, it was. We found out that we had all of the,
Wayne's going, what?
I actually just wanted to shout out to the artist that we worked with on the album cover that you were mentioning.
Yes, yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the most important thing with anything when you're doing creative work is working with people you like, you know, that you also like friends with or what have you. And the artist that we worked with on this one was Francois Linda. I used to work with him at King James ad agency, and yeah, he was in charge of progressing our look from the first album, and you know, like the whole idea being the monster asteroid.
Yeah.
So yeah, the second one, the burnt sky, the asteroids hit the planet, and we had to face it with a whole lot of fuzzy guitar.
Okay.
I mean, I can post rationalize anything for days.
That's amazing, dude. Look, let me just, I need to refresh my memory quickly. What was the artwork for? What are you laughing at Wayne there, bro? I'm just did I not catch a joke there or something?
No, I'm laughing at Andrew. I don't know what he's laughing at.
Okay. I just want to remind myself of the artwork from the first album. Okay, it was the burning asteroid, yes, with a face on it.
That was done by a really amazing illustrator up in Joburg called Ilya Navarre.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he was unavailable. So, and fortunately, we got to work with my friend Francois. So, yeah, very, very stoked. But the most important thing is that the rest of the band, like, they really stoked. Like,
well, I mean, you also you followed that same like illustration kind of style and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
cool.
like, obviously, both the illustrators have their own like nuances and what have you.
Yes, of course.
You know, when Wayne and I, like, one of our big influences in this is pivotal album from a band called Truck Fighters, Gravity X.
Okay.
And I think that was a lot of, even though we might not say it out loud, I think they have this really, really amazing graphic album art. And I think, there's a few examples of other bands that we really, really like and albums that we really, really love that's the case too. And I think, we could have gone like really arty and what have you, but we decided to go the illustration route, and I think it fits the music. I think it fits the genre. I think it fits us.
For sure.
And the band agrees. So we that's our style, if you will.
Awesome. Okay, so set 1, 2017. Set 2, Burn Sky, 2021. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. Obviously, things are in terms of live music is not ideal. What are your plans for this cycle of I don't want to call it a cycle. Obviously, it's timeless and it's immortal. It's there. But in terms of getting, have you got any like live streams, or you're gonna wait for the venues and whatnot to open up? Because obviously, guys, we're all missing live shows.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We've been talking about doing a live launch of the album, and we'd really much like to. We're not sure when we're going to do that because we're a bit rusty and we want to get practice before we do something like that too. So if we do something like a live stream or a live show or a live launch or whatever we want to call it, I think we would probably push it later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely be recording some music videos. We've released 2 for the album, and we've got at least another 2 in the tank.
Nice.
Maybe a third. But yeah, we want to do a performance video. We want to do like a very, very Joshua Tree style video, not the U2 album, but the Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, for sure.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Thanks for
I think.
clearing it up.
We recorded another single with my brother when he was here, so it was Battle City and Monstroid for his own sort of project. So that's also in the pipeline, and I think as soon as we can start getting more regular rehearsals, because that's our vibe. Spending 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday or Sunday playing with your mates, playing music, is something special. So as soon as we can start doing that more regularly without fear of transmitting any diseases to each other, then,
tell me about it too.
That'll start picking up. And looking very forward to that. I mean, I miss seeing the boys, and especially Larry and Steve too. We're all a great bunch of mates, and we all have our own little things that we bring.
Nice.
Such a pleasure making.
I'm sure your WhatsApp group is very, very busy.
Lots of memes.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that's so cool. I mean, it's hard, thinking about you guys releasing your first album in 2017, and I was lucky enough to see you guys rocking up to Kill City 2016, maybe even 2015, getting your things ready. Wayne, you and I were pumping iron before I forgot, before I realized what Uber Eats was. But we were chucking it down. You were doing your thing, and all of a sudden, here we're rocking out. I'm talking to you. You releasing album after album. It's amazing, dude. I completely really awesome. once again forgot the hell what I was gonna say, but dude, guys, it's been absolutely awesome having you on the show, man. Second time for Wayne, but first time for you, Andrew. And another thing that I picked up, I think it was the other day, I got a memory on Facebook, was I think it was about 2009 or 2007. There's a beaut of a photo of you that I took. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp when we're off here.
You can actually send it straight to me. But...
Yeah, but you were there. You were standing next to me, Wayne.
Okay.
I think so. Actually, wait. You maybe weren't. I was there with your sister and Ty. But you had you may have been. I don't know. It was a Synergy show. I think it was back in I don't know who it was. And you were wearing a T-shirt that had like Velcro on it, where you could like put your own the letters on. Like, and I think it said "contact your favorite ginger" or something to that effect. Or
probably, I can't remember that. I used to change that shirt all the time.
But I promise you, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It was good times. We had a good time then. But dudes, I don't know what we've missed. I mean, this is what happens with live shows. I get into a conversation with you. I can't remember everything that I wanted to talk to you about. I've probably missed some things, but it's been amazing chatting to you.
It's been a pleasure, bro. It's always nice chatting to you, wherever.
For sure.
Next time to be on your show for the second time, it's a real privilege. Thanks, bro.
No, 100%, man. And hopefully next time we can chop it up over a couple of beers in person.
Sounds great, man.
Sweet, man. But Andrew and Wayne from Monstroid, Go check out Monstroid Burnt Sky. It was released on the 22nd of Jan 2021. There are currently thousands of views on the 666 Mr. Doom website. Check it out on Spotify and everything coming soon, yeah?
Yeah, and until then, hit us up on Bandcamp, or you'll find us on YouTube or what have you. But Spotify and the rest coming a bit later.
Great. Go give the album a listen, give it a like, give it a share if you dig it, share it with your friends. And yeah, dudes, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to listen to the album again. And I guess I'll see you for round 3, boys.
Like it, my bro.
Excellent.
Thanks very much.
Monstroid out. Good to have you, boys. Cheers, eh? All right. That was the awesome duo of Andrew and Wayne of Monstroid. But like I said earlier, I'm going to stick around. I hope they don't mind. I'm going to play a little clip of Fall in Line to see what you can expect while I quickly go and relieve myself. We can quickly have a recap of the interview. Then it's all about you guys. It's all about you guys. So let's go.
It's a warm, breezy day out there, folks, so get in your car and head out to the countryside and let Desert Rock Radio be the soundtrack to your escape. Here's the latest from the Monstroid boys with Fall in Line.
All right. Let's not get a copyright strike, eh? All right. So there we go. We are back. Really great catching up with Wayne and Andrew of Monstroid. Seriously nice dudes. I've known them for quite some time. Proud of them for what they are doing, what they're releasing. You know, it takes a lot for a band to stand the test of time, and they're rocking and rolling, man. So super stoked to see their projection, their their evolution as a band. So hell yeah. What I was going to do earlier was address you guys in the chat. I'm terribly sorry. There was a full conversation happening going on the one side, and I was just like, okay, cool, I'll get to it later. Art Pereira, what's up, dude? Rick Shields, Josh Grady, Jared Ronenberg, Patrick Dudgeon, Monstroid in the chat. Yeah, dudes, thank you guys so much for joining the show. Trev Opie, what's up, dude? Mark Olvacher, what's up, man? Good to have you guys around. Let's see what some of these things say. All right. Okay, all these guys talking about real drums. Oh, is it me, or does Gareth look rather fetching in yellow? Call me. Hey, I'll call you, baby. Fetching indeed brings out his eyes. What a dream bait. Hey, Sundergeist. The first part of the set is up on Facebook. Don't know if it's on YouTube, but definitely go check it out. What a jewel. That Summerfest performance was one hell of a performance to come out to, dude. That was amazing. Oh, Steven is the drummer of the Sleepers. I didn't know that either. Thanks for that, Art. I only pay attention to live recordings because I like hearing people. Nice. Here we go. Yes, get George on, for fuck's sakes. Yes, I will get George on. What's up, evening, Trev, Opie? What's up, dude? What's up, Trev? What's up, Rick? Everybody saying what's up. You guys are awesome. Then everybody talking about Brave Star, the Galactic synth guitar was rad when I was young. I had a Brave Star figure. I loved it. I wanted 3030 and Hex. I'm not sure what that was. Got all the episodes on DVD. Shit, we're going back, people. We're going back. Sure. Oh, Hard Drive doesn't have Brave Star artwork. What are live shows? Tumbleweeds roll by and an eagle screeches in the distance. Yeah, that's true. Aware. Check your mail, Home Slice Sweet, Rip Mercury, yes. Rip, yeah, dude. Thanks for having us, G. Yes, Monstroid. Please keep the amazing tunes coming. Keep the video coming. Keep the content coming. Come back on the podcast. I will thoroughly enjoy that. I'm back. Cool interview. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for coming back, dude. You're a legend. Gee, thanks for the shout out, bro. Rolling out the rest of the set over the next week or so. I think that's a good call as well. I think the fact that you're releasing it piecemeal is it creates a bit of suspense and doesn't give everybody what they want when they want it. And it creates that little bit of a vibe. So I've got an inbox message from Mr. Rick Shields himself. All three of the Nova Twins. I'm not sure who this band is. Check out either of these by the Nova Twins, and then check out this. They actually do a lot of crazy shit live with pedals. Mad Chicks. All right, so let's give it a buzz. All right. So I'm gonna have to try and pause this stuff as I go to avoid copyright claims and strikes. Ooh. It's amazing how those ring lights are now such a staple thing in broadcasting and music videos and all that kind of stuff. It does make your eyes look pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds cool. This is so Sundergeist, bro. I love it. Okay, so it's like a mixture between your hard, Nine Inch Nails style kind of vibe, and then they go into a rappy vibe. The only reason I'm doing this is to avoid strikes. So if you said play the music, there's a reason why. I'm coming for you, Nova Twins. I dig it. I love the style of the video as well. Do you guys ever remember the what was that Slim Shady this is a very Eminem style video. What was that? Guess who's back again? The real Slim Shady? No. I can't remember what it was, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I dig it. I'm going to listen to that for sure. I like that. Send me more. Cool. Interviewed you anytime. Missed Summerfest. Would be rad if there was a video on demand post event thing. Yeah, that would be cool. Awesome interview. Thanks, Joshy. I uploaded some old videos from stuff. It was all from the very start of the 2000s. Check out my channel. Actually, I think I saw an email from you recently. There we go. Don't know if you're still wanting submissions. Yes, I do. My cover band, The Deadbeats, launched a YouTube channel. There's 100% live recording and shot a version of a Simple Minds song. Dude, fuck yeah. Let's check this out. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. This is definitely gonna be a copyright strike, but let me know if it carries on your guys' side. I love this song. Ah, I like that. Dope. Oh man, that's amazing. That is amazing. And this was done, I see it's a Pearl kick. I think there's Paul Opie from Lithium over there on the left. And then it's an electric snare tom outfit. That's interesting. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Getting me in the mood. That's awesome. That is awesome. 7 shots, G. Josh Grady is not allowed in. Look at that. He's not allowed back in this podcast. Okay? That's amazing. All right. So, Dave Owens. Oh, is that Dave Owens? Okay, sick. Okay, from Lithium. Okay. That's so is this like a big Lithium? The Deadbeats. Fuck, I'm getting confused. Great voice, awesome to see my butt up there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's Paul Opie. Here you go, Art. Fourth wall breaks. Amazing, dude. That was ridiculously awesome. I don't know if you got any more for me, but what we can do for the next show. For the next show, you guys must send me links. PapaGhouse@gmail.com. And we can get this some more videos going. You know what? Actually, a lot of people are going on about this Last Resort by Papa Roach Reloaded. Tell me what you guys think of this. A lot of people have been going, "Hey, no, that's not so cool." I don't think it's that bad.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Don't give a fuck running through my head. All these years wishing I was dead. Took a walk
Don't mind
outside,
it.
made a million.
I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. I like the taking it into 2021 kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Instant, gotta see this through 'cause I can't say goodbye. Living on the edge, now I'm at my age. And if I come back, never be the same. Took a long time now.
So it's like that whole Post Malone kind of style. This guy, Jairus Johnson, actually does a bunch of them. I saw he did Smells Like Teen Spirit and a whole bunch of others. And he's pretty good.
I'm so high. Don't believe me, look in my eyes. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no
Let me see if it gets back into another. Yeah, dude, that's cool. I don't mind it at all. At all. But a lot of people had a problem with it, strangely. But it is what it is. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a no from me. Papa G. Man, today marks 4 years since you played my 16th birthday at my house. Damn, has it been 4 years, dude? Holy shit. What's up, Fricky? Dude, that's insane. 4 years ago. That means you 20 now, dude. Holy shit. Well, thanks for tuning in. Haven't seen you in the chat before. Very, very rad, dude. Happy birthday as well, because surely if that today is your birthday today because we played your birthday. Let me know in the chat. Trev, no. Come on, Trev. Suppose it has an audience, not me. Yeah. Rick, I knew would say it was Kif because I believe you are correct. And then if you haven't watched El Estepario Cibriano YouTube drum channel, then do yourself a favor. He's a beast. I can't freaking pronounce it or spell it. So no, I haven't. But yeah, let's call it there. Okay, more if you want. I've got one more. Let's do one. From Rick Shields. 4 years, turned 20 on Monday. First time on the chat, man. Having a blast. Fantastic. You stick around. We'll see you on the next one. Go like the PUBG's Out podcast page to keep updated, because that's pretty much the only way I post the links, which should be a change. Here we've got Vanny the Machine makes me feel better. Let's see. What is this now? This is like a duality. Oh, this is a Slipknot thing. Surely, no, not. Man, stanky. That is stanky.
In this broken mirror is the program.
I like this for some reason. What is it? What is it? Yeah, I dig that. I'm gonna actually look at that later. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, jeez. Yeah, trying to avoid those copyright strikes. Dude, you should highlight on screen single comments. It's a cool feature. How do you do that? Let me know. It'll be great if I could do that. Friend put me on it today. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go check that out for sure. Oh, I've got my little monitor thing going here. So people can see what my audio interface looks like. Amazing. But anyway, let's call it at that today for this episode. You guys rock. Thank you so much for flooding. You know, I really enjoy it when everybody's up in the chat. I really like referring to the chat. I really like getting your inbox messages to show me some new shit, because I'm very terrible with listening to music, to new music. And so I need you guys' help. But I also need you guys' help to share this video. If you're watching, let's see how many people are watching this video right at this minute. Yeah, there's enough of you. If everybody shared the video right now, we would get some pretty cool distribution, if you know what I mean. So do me a favor, share the video, give it a like. Goes a long way. I'm not making any money of this, especially if I play music. It immediately takes any sort of monetizing away, even though I don't have enough subscribers in order to do that. But even if I had enough subscribers, I would still do it because it's what I want to do. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. But I love doing this. I love connecting with you guys. I love the fact that there are even people willing to just take their time and chat to me and do, amazing. Trev's off to record a podcast now. Damn, this late in the evening, but have a great show, Trev. You're a legend. Keep doing what you're doing. You're great. It's on OBS. Don't know where to direct you. Nice. Give it a like. Don't be a beep. Yeah. So do me a favor. Subscribe to Papa G's House if you haven't. There's enough of you to hit a little sub there and a little share. Just do us a little favor. In your Instagram story, a little swipe up action or a little bit of a share on your Facebook page. A little bit of your effort goes a long way for guys like me, because the more people in here is better, and it gives me a lot more energy to do this. So thank you guys. You guys rock. I love you guys lots. If you're sticking around to the end, you are like the uber legends. So with that, thank you so much for joining another episode of Papa G's House. You guys rock. But until then, and it's going to be soon, I'll see you next week. I have got Marine, who's releasing some new music. So check you next week. It's going to be amazing. But until then, this is Papa G's House episode 20 with Monstroid. But until then, we say peace.
I don't wanna go anywhere else. I wanna go to Papa G's.
Yeah, that's where we're going.